the fourth installment of our Practical Practices series. So today, very excited to have a special guest. You can see on my screen right now, we have Frank Gonzaga, who's group head and planning for Small Business Corporation. Pero huwag kayong mag-alala kasi medyo iba ang pag-uusapan natin today. Today, we will talk about ano ba dapat ang tamang ginagawa natin pagkatapos natin makautang. Frank will also give us a little bit of background on who SB Corp is. And you know what? Kanina, we were talking prior to this webinar and I see that he's the perfect guy to really talk to us about this. Ano ba dapat ang ginagawa natin as business owners pag nakahiram na tayo ng pera? Kasi di ba ayaw naman natin mangyari na masayang natin yung pera na yan. After all this. Ang hirap pa naman umutang ngayon. Pansin nyo ba yun? Alright. So I've noticed that there's a lot of participants already coming in. Thank you so much for joining us. We have si Akiko, Alpha, Grace, Harold, Janice, Janet, Jason, Jerry, Joel. Hi, everyone. John, Jojo. I mean, I would love to call everyone. So, but I guess, ano muna tayo? Dito muna tayo. Ayan. I'd love to call everyone, but unfortunately, ang dami pang sumasama. So thank you so much. We'll have a little bit more time to let more people inside. And of course, to our very well-loved SMEs who are watching us right now in Facebook, huwag kayo mag-alala. Hindi porket nasa Facebook kayo ay hindi na namin ma-receive ang mga tanong ninyo. Just type in the comment section if you have any questions for our speaker. And we will be more than happy to read them out loud for you. So, bago tayo magsimula, konting advertisement muna tayo. Let me just share with everyone something very new. Konting plug-in lang po si Union Bank Global Linker. So what am I saying? We are always espousing the idea of we bank the way we live, di po ba? That's why much recently, and I'm sure marami din sa inyo nakakita nito, we invite you, yun sa mga mahiling mag-invest, to download now our bonds.ph app. Through this mobile app, you will be able to purchase government bonds they call RTB24 on your mobile phone. Imagine niyo yun, hindi nyo kailangan pumunta sa branch namin para mag-fill up ng forms. Lahat gawin nyo sa cellphone. Para lang kayo nag-open na bank account sa Union Bank. Lahat ginagawa sa cellphone. Alright, so what is inside the bonds PH app? We have RTB24, which is a 5,000 peso government-issued bond. And we would like to invite you on July 27, 4 p.m. I will leave the screen for a while. There is a Zoom meeting. Ayan po, zoom.us/j. I think the Zoom channel is 9909-6782-873. Diyan po, we will have our bond specialists. Also from the government, I believe people from the government will be there to talk about this bond. This bond is intended for the Philippines to recover from the COVID situation. So humihingi ng tulong ang ating gobyerno sa ating mga mamamayan na may konting extra funds pa dyan na itatago kung pwede raw po invest natin sa bond na ito. So what I've heard was, or what I know is that there's a 2.65% per annum income or interest income for this bond. Yan. Of course, kailangan ba maging Union Bank account holder para maka-purchase ng bond dito? Hindi po kailangan. If you have GCash or Paymaya, you can always purchase the bond from the Bonds PH app. Also, again, just to share with everyone, we still have the Global Linker platform wherein you are able to avail of a Biz Starter account for as low as 5,000 pesos deposit level. Hindi nyo kailangan maglagay ng 50,000 or 100,000 agad. Open nyo agad for 5,000 and you get a checking account that will come with this. Yan. An SME mobile banking platform. Pag naka-open na po kayo ng BizStarter account, you can get this SME app. It's available in Google Play and App Store. You just have to register to an online facility and you get your username and password. Kasi po sa SME Business Banking app, pwede na kayo mag-picture ng kahit anong cheque. Local checks. Hindi pala kahit ano, baka mamaya international check. Any local check from the local banks, you can take a photo of it and deposit it straight to your account. So again, hindi nyo na kailangan pumunta sa mga branch namin para mag-deposit ng cheque. Kahit hating gabi, alas 12 ng madaling araw, picturean nyo yung check nyo, it will run the normal clearing process. Right, and there's so many things more you can do in the app. You can manage your bank accounts. You can manage the payroll accounts. You can send money to other local banks. You can send money to other international banks through SWIFT. So hindi lang basta local peso, you can do dollars also, even for international banks. All right, so remember guys, everyone, hindi pa po tapos ang GCQ. Stay safe, stay at home. I know it's hard to run a business from home, but don't worry, Union Bank is there to help you in all those kinds of tools that you need to run your business straight from home. All right, so let's go back. So let me call on our very much, I'm excited for this, our speaker for today. But before that, let me tell you a bit of a background about Frank. He's tatawag ba natin seasoned or wag naman senior. He's a very expert financial banker with over 15 years of experience. He started his banking career in Citibank, and then he worked for other companies. He worked as an authorized signer for loans. He also became an account officer for the international banking group of Banco de Oro, and then he moved to, I believe, Home Guarantee Corporation. And now he brings all this expertise, puts them all together, and advocates SME. He advocates SME lending with small business corporation. So without further ado, could you turn your video camera on and your microphone?
Thank you very much for that very kind introduction, JP.
Okay ba?
Na para akong gustong kiligin. Pero balikan ko yung balikan ko muna yung bonds.ph mo bago tayo magsimula.
Okay.
Isang araw, yung aking yung isang MIS manager namin, Management Information System. He was very happy. Sabi niya, Sir Frank, ang galing talaga nung bonds.ph, yung app na yun. Na KYC nung when my account was finally verified, I can already start purchasing yung yung bonds daw. So sabi niya, oh, very good. So yan yung reason bakit kami mukhang nakuha niyo na siya. At very good. I think that's a very good product.
It's game changing for the Philippines. Imagine ma-extend natin yung behavior of pag-invest to everyone, 'di ba? And inclusive in a way na hindi mo kailangan magkaroon agad-agad ng bank account. GCash, Paymaya, you can use it to purchase your bonds.
Yeah.
Lahat. Sana all, sabi nga.
Sana all. Oo.
Right. But Frank, kamusta kita? Kamusta ang iyong GCQ? Kamusta ang negosyo sa GCQ?
James, this pandemic is bringing us a lot of realizations, no. Unang-una, akala natin nung umpisa tayo nag-work from home, sabi natin, hindi tayo makapagtrabaho productively. We cannot be as productive as we are in the office. But later on, come 3 months after, ngayon mas productive ka na sa bahay pag kesa nasa office, no? Kasi pag nasa office ka, medyoag-aalangan ka because of the many people that you meet every day, and medyo wary ka sa mga katabi mo na baka may dalang COVID. So it's changing. And then suddenly you realize na there are things that you can do remotely, like your banking experience. You can use applications. Katulad doon sinabi mo kanina, pwede kang magdeposito ng cheque using just your app, no? Just take a picture of it. So these realizations are making us, I think more efficient. The COVID-19. Not that I'm happy that it's happening, no? But it's more of siguro there are things that we can do more even in our homes, in our houses. So yun ang story ng GCQ natin.
Totoo naman. Isa lang na nangyari ngayong GCQ is na wala na yung concept ng holidays, na wala yung concept ng weekends. Diba? Practice, may mga webinar tayo, Sabado, Linggo, okay lang. Para sa bayan naman, nagawin natin.
At umaabot hanggang alas 12, trabaho natin.
Totoo. But Frank, I don't want to take it any longer. I know the audience are waiting to hear what you have to share. So if you want to start sharing your screen.
Sige, JP, I'll start with I'll start sharing this screen. Can you see it?
Yes, we can see your screen. Yes.
All right. Yeah, there. So this is my presentation for today because sabi mo sa akin na Frank, maybe you can help us kumbaga look at how after borrowing money, ano na ang dapat gawin ng ating mga micro and small enterprises. So first, thank you for introducing me. My name is Frank Lloyd Gonzaga. I am now the group head for planning and advocacy of the Small Business Corporation. Yung Small Business Corporation, we are a non-bank government financial institution. We were created in 1991 under the Magna Carta for MSME. So laman noong Magna Carta yung pag-create sa amin as an entity. We are an attached agency of the Department of Trade and Industry. So kumbaga parang kami ang lending arm ng DTI because DTI doesn't have a lending function. So kami ang naatasan bilang as its lending arm. No? Ang mandato namin is to implement comprehensive policies and programs to assist MSMEs in all areas. No? Not limited. So, ibig sabihin, hindi to limited to financing and information, training and marketing. So, lahat ng pwede namin itulong daw sa micro and small enterprises, gawin daw namin, sabi ng batas. Okay. So, ito yung value proposition lang namin. We just want to show to everyone that we are continuously building financing alternatives for unfinanceable segments of the Philippine MSMEs. No? So kung meron tayong time mamaya, I can discuss to you what our products are and how we are facing the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. So ito na ang aking start. No? How do you grow your business? They are taking your business to the next step quickly. No, this is our take. Although, first of course, is that when you borrow, umpisahan muna natin sa sa nag-apply ka ng loans, probably through Union Bank, through their CCAP platform. So nag-apply ka na ng loan and na-approve ka na. Okay. First that you have to take a look at is to check your loan agreement. No, paalala mo sa sarili mo, para saan ba talaga tong hiniram kong pera? So most likely when you were filling up your loan application, nilalagay mo doon, this is for replacement of inventory or working capital loan. So always check your loan agreement. Ang mahalaga dito, tingnan nyo rin, kailan ba kayo dapat magbayad at kailan kayo dapat mag-umpisang magbayad so that you can project your finances properly. No? So makita mo doon, is this a 12 months loan? Kailan ba ako magsisimula? Magkano ba ang monthly amortization ko buwan-buwan? Or magkano ba ang amortization ko buwan-buwan para dito sa utang na ito? Magkano interest? So always, first is to check your loan agreements. Okay. So yung mga questions po ninyo, please save it for later and I'll be very happy to answer them. Okay. Now, yung mga succeeding slides ko po ay hindi na in this is in no way, kumaga not in order, no. So you can do this in any which way you want or whatever order you want. So this the first my first slide is to create a sales funnel. So eto, meron ka ng pera, nakita mo, and then you decide, sabi mo, what if I do online selling? What if I go on board sa digital platforms like Lazada, probably Zalora, or other digital platforms, Shopee, yeah, sabi mo, and then you want to sell your goods there. One thing to take note of is that you have to create a sales funnel. What is a sales funnel? Ito yung minsan whenever we talk to some people, no, in the banking industry, they're talking about the customer experience, no. Ito yung sinasabi ng customer experience. Ano ba yung customer experience? This is how customers are making their decisions. So saan ba sila nagsisimula? So parang imagine a funnel. Ito sa Tagalog, embudo, no? Imagine a funnel. Nagsisimula muna sa pinakamalaki. This is the big, yung papagano siya, no? Pa-shape siya, pa-curve siya towards where you're transferring liquids, no? So ang unang level nung sales funnel is that people are aware, or you make people aware of your product, of your existence, or of the solution that you're providing. So say for example, kanina nakita natin si Union Bank has a lot of awareness campaign. Alam lang natin na may Union Bank dyan. Okay? Second, second doon sa sales funnel, so second layer is yung interest. So nakita ko na nakita ko na yung customer, hindi, mali pala ako na not customer experience. Let me correct myself. Customer journey. So nakita ko na, aware na ako. But then meron akong particular interest, and then so I look at that product. So sabi ko, interesado akong mag-open ng isang online account na pwedeng to support my requirement to transact digitally. So meron na akong interest. So I'm interested to do that. The third layer is decision. I finally decide. Nag-decide na ako na, teka, gusto ko na to. I will download this app. I will download this app, and that's already that decision in my mind will lead me to really acting on it. So na-decide ko na, I'll download an app for me to help in transacting digitally to pay for my Lazada purchases. Kailangan ko tong app na to. So, or kailangan ko ng app. And then yung action is that's where you really act on now, on the from awareness to interest to decision and to action. So there are steps on how to create your sales funnel. No? So you can search the internet on ways how to customize your own sales funnel. But this is one of the steps to grow your business. The next is to use a customer management system. Yung customer management system, kahit na crude, kahit na basic lang, no? So ito, pwede itong isa na to na file. It's a file where you take down notes. Pwedeng pag bumili sa'yo to, you take note of this customer bought from me. Say, for example, you're selling custard, ube custard. So, lista mo. Bumili to ng ube custard from me at on this date. Okay, so you just it's like a diary, no, of your customers, so that you can better manage them and to anticipate na, oh, eto na, dumadami na yung aking base ng customers. May baka pwede na akong, this can also make you, kumbaga, design another program or another promo or another offering na pwede mo siguro silang tawagan ulit or email ulit or call their attention again kasi nakuha mo na sila eh. Okay. Next is research about the competition. Sometimes, pag tiningnan mo, meron kang ideya na maganda. Say, ito nga, yung ube cheese pandesal. No? Then, sabi mo, magaling naman ako magluto. I can probably cook better than the rest. No? But you have to take note, how much are they selling it? Magkano ba nila binebenta? Is it easy? Paano yung logistics nila? Anong ginagawa nila? How do they drive down the costs? So if you research on the competition, it may give you additional information kesa you're trying. No? Sometimes kasi ang nangyayari sa atin is that hit and miss. But every time that we miss, it's additional cost. So yung perang inutang natin, napupunta sa wala, nasasayang dahil we're experimenting eh. But if you do research on your competition, pwede kang makakuha ng best practices. So therefore, nakakatipid ka. Diba? So yun, that's the reason why what we're saying is that you research on the competition. Yung itong slide na to is telling you to design a customer retention program. Nasa iyo na yung customer na to, no? Nag-transact na sa'yo. So how do you keep them? Do you come up with a loyalty program for every 10 orders you get 1 order free? Katulad nung when I was when my wife and I visited Thailand last year, nung pwede pang magbiyahe. Meron dong mga massage yung di ba when you're in Thailand puro massage yan eh, yung Thai massage. So pagka nagpasok ka sa isang Thai massage parlor, they give you a customer retention card, parang loyalty card na pagka nakaapat ka may libre kang isa. So kami naman, edi ngayon punta ka bukas hanggang makalibre ka. May just no. I'm sure you can program the cost of that freebie naman into your pricing, but it gives the customer a reason to come back to you. Okay. And itong slide na to is saying that you in everything that you do, try to identify opportunities. So nakita mo sa isang customer mo na siguro itong customer na to frequently orders balik ako sa custard, no, ube custard. What if I introduce kaya naman regular custard cake? Or what can I offer this person, and what opportunities can I identify na pwede kong pagkakitaan din. So if I'm already earning, say palitan natin yung example natin, no, katulad ngayon, so say for example you're already selling online, meron ka ng uh, flower pots or ngayon uso yung yung mga home, yung indoor plants, no, uso tong indoor plants. So say for example you're selling indoor plants, pero alam mo rin at somehow nai-imagine mo na yung patungan ng indoor plants, you may also you may also start selling it. So hindi ka na lang nagtitinda ngayon ng indoor plants, pwede ka na lang magtinda ng patungan ng indoor plants. So ito yung mga layers na ganyan, no, sa mga corner ng house. And then eventually siguro pag nakita mo, baka pwede ka nang pumunta sa yung mga plates, no, yung mga plates na may painting ng flowers. So pwedeng, kasi ito magkakasama to, parang isang group to ng home decors na since we're always at home, since we're now the new normal is even your office, may office ka na sa bahay mo, then probably nakikita mo na, oh, eto, you identify new opportunities always. Okay. Ito, minsan nakakaligtaan natin yung email list, no? The email list is very important kasi when you have an email list, pwede mo silang i-email, lalo na ngayon, especially nowadays, lahat tayo reliant on our emails. From work, I sent you an email. May Viber na nga, pero still, you sent an email. Lahat ng or mayroon ng Facebook Messenger, but still there's always an email list. And if you build so big email list, chances are you can reach out to more people, no? So yan, sometimes you neglect pag may nakuha kang email, if you receive an email, take note of it, save it on your contact list, no, and you will probably use it, and soon as you identify new opportunities, you can use that email list. Okay. Now, this slide will tell you na there's always a value in forging strategic partnerships. Hindi naman lahat po pwede nating magawa, no? Just like what I was telling kanina si JP. These alliances can be mutually beneficial. Say for example, you are ang example ko dito kanina, say you are Pure Gold. You're Pure Gold, no? Medyo malaking business. And meron kang partner, you can probably partner with I'm thinking say Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola. Pepsi. Kung Pure Gold nagtitinda, yung Pepsi is being carried by Pure Gold, yung minsan yung Pepsi, they have their own network also They have their own network of sari-sari stores or wholesalers or retailers in the different provinces. I can forge a partnership na I'll probably pwede ba akong mag-ride dun sa network mo or dun sa distribution network mo to sell some of my stuff, like say for example Pure Gold, let's not use Pure Gold, no, medyo hindi ko kabisado yan Shopwise na lang, may Shopwise bakery yung Shopwise bakery, and they're good also, no? So yung Shopwise pwede siya makipag-tie up doon sa mga distribution network ng Pepsi to distribute their baking product or bakery products. So yung mga tinapay nila pwede nila isabay doon. So yung mga strategic partnerships na to can help you scale up. So yan ang isa sa mga pwede nating tingnan, no. Always parang nowadays ito yung mga tinatawag na collab may vlog si ganito, makikipag-collab sa isang vlogger din to generate more views. So parang ganun din to. Okay. And lastly, this is the last of my slides, no. Kung nakuha nyo na yung credit na yan, you have been lent and you've been trusted by that lender or by that creditor. Always take care of your credit. make sure to always pay on time, pay in full, or whatever the amount is due. Always pay it because credit is usually king. I know some of you will argue that cash is king, no? But in this day and age, credit is king. Imagine if you're given a credit card, or say for example, your Union Bank gave you a credit card with a credit limit of 2.5 or 3 million pesos. No? Y- Yung and your credit is practically around 51 days, no? 51 days mong bago bayaran from kung bibili mo after the cut off. May 51 days ka to pay yung binili mo nung araw na yon. Imagine kung how many times you can sell isang produkto nang hindi ka pa nagbabayad doon sa free credit na yon. So, my advice, always take good care of your credit. And with that, thank you very much for inviting me, JP.
Thank you, Frank. Teka, am I there? Ayan.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. So technically, if you look at it, how you positioned it is that when you borrow money, siguraduhin mo na para sa negosyo mo siya.
Oo.
Tama, di ba? Kasi if
Oo.
there's the right partnership that you can build or the right
Yes.
technology that you need to get, maganda nga idea mo kanina. If there's an innovation and you want to put that into the innovation and the experimentation na kailangan mong gawin for your company, tama ba? And it's a good way to maximize the use of the credit that you've gotten. But
Yes.
yeah, but technically, I have my first question. I guess ito tanong din ng iba, no?
Mm.
Kasi lahat ngayon sinasabi, pandemic, crisis season, babagsak na ang negosyo ko, everything.
Mm.
Talaga bang panahon ngayon para umutang?
I'm always I'm always very practical when it comes to borrowing. No? It actually depends on your cash position. Sometimes kasi 'di ba when you look at your cash position, meron kang pera. And meron kang usually kasi pag negosyante ka, ang capital mo should be earning you enough money, 'di ba? Namumuhunan ka para kumita ka. Ganun lang naman ang negosyo. But sometimes when your cost of your own money is kumbaga para magdagdag ka ng dagdag na puhunan sa yung negosyo ay mas mahal, baka meron kang ibang gustong gawin or meron kang pinaglalaanan na iba, and the cost of credit is very favorable. So say for example, if you receive a text message from Union Bank, convert your credit to cash, mga ganyan, di ba? Uh, at 0.39% add-on interest rate per month. So you look at 0.39%, no? Pagka ba inutang ko to, mas mura ba ito? First is you have to determine, mura ba ang pautang na ito? Because hindi ka naman siyempre uutang ng mahal, no? If you're being charged, say, an interest of 10% or 12%, tapos ang margin mo, ang net profit margin mo is somewhere around kung 3% lang nung puhunan mo, hindi ka naman dapat mangutang, no? You have to build first your net profit margin. I-increase mo muna yan. So as to your question, is it right time to borrow? My answer to that is yes. It is right time to borrow because right now the banks are trying to lower their cost, pati yung interest, no? Ang baba. Imagine, katulad na sa amin sa SB Corp. Sabi ko, sino ba ang hindi mag-a-avail ng produkto ng SB Corp ngayon, ng Small Business Corporation? Ang pautang ay zero interest with 6% service fee lang. Why will not anyone, kahit hindi mo kailangan yung pera, probably utangin mo eh. 'Di ba? So, and at the same time, borrowing kasi will give you a good credit background. Meron kang historical, kumbaga parang, kilala ko to, nangungutang to, nagbabayad to. Meron kang history, you establish that history eh. Kaya nga, kaya nga sa pagtatapos ko kanina sa slides ko, keep your credit. Kasi that means that meron ka ng credit eh. 'Di ba? Napautang ka na. So if you keep on borrowing and then paying, lumalaki na lumalaki eh. Imbis na dati siguro ang credit limit mo ay nagsimula ka sa 20 mil. Baka ngayon ang credit limit mo na ay 1,000,000 na. 'Di ba? Kasi lagi ka nagbabayad. So it's always good to borrow, no? As long as number one, check the interest rate. Magkano ba 'yan? Number two, Kung hindi mo naman talaga kailangan, wag mo nang utangin. No? Kasi kung wala kang paglalagyan ng pera, where will you put it? Ang pera mo kikita, say for example, you borrowed 100,000 to purchase bonds, no? Sa bonds.ph. 2% ang interest na pwedeng yield, no, doon sa treasury bonds na to. Pero umutang ka ng 5, that doesn't make sense, no? Wala ka nang paglagyan eh. But if there's a prospect for expansion, by all means borrow if you can.
Yeah, true, true. So sa panahon ngayon that it's a pandemic, you would rather advise that make sure muna na yung expected result mo do sa activity na gagawin mo outweighs whatever interest rate that you're going to borrow. No?
Yes, yes.
So,
So,
I understand ngayon, sobrang daming lenders. In fact, itong pandemic, marami tayong nakita mga companies na nagbukas for the purpose of lending. Lalo na
oo.
yung mga dami, fintechs, di ba, and all those. Aside from interest rate, what are the other to watch for ng mga SMEs? Meaning to watch for, meaning kasi, I know you've heard of this, ang daming mga personal loans na at the end of it, di ba, pati mga Facebook friends nila, tinatawagan, narinig mo na yun, di ba? Pati so pinasara sila ng DTI, the SEC.
Oo.
So ano dapat yung mga watch out mo dun naman sa tao magpapautang sa'yo?
JP, kasi the sad thing is that a lot of people are easily, kumbaga, mas madaling maghikayat na ito madaling pautang, ayan, no? Madaling pautang, umutang ka sa ganito, umutang, and then there are really a lot of lenders. But my advice is that take a look at that lender and take a look at determine really magkano yung interest. Kasi sometimes, no, minsan sinasabi na ito 0.59%. Yung 0.59% add-on, you multiply it by 12. So imagine na kala mo ang baba, di ba? Only 0.59% per month. So let's try to compute that. 0.59. So you borrowed 100,000. Or mas palitan na lang natin 10,000 pesos at 0.59%. So I multiply it by 0.59%. So that's 59 pesos per month na interest, 'di ba? So 59 times 12, so that's 708 pesos, 'di ba? So 708 pesos yung interest ng pera na inutang mo. So that's probably around if I'm not mistaken, parang may mali yata. Let me just do that, no? 10,000 times 0.59%. Oh, so that's 59 pesos nga. Times 12, that's 708. So 708 pesos ang interest mo per year. For that year, no? So pag tiningnan mo, parang maliit, no? So you have to take a look. Meron kasing iba na only 1.5% interest add-on. Pag nakita mo yan, which chances are right now ngayon walang 0.59 Japes, no? Before COVID yung
Wala
0.59.
0.59, no?
Walang 0.59 ngayon. Probably 0.89 or 0.99, minsan 1.25, no? So medyo mataas na 'yon. So first compute it. Try to compute kung sino yung lender na yan. I hope maganda rin na tingnan mo paano mo babayaran yung pautang na yan. Marami bang channels where you can pay that loan? Kasi, syempre, more than anything else, you also want to make sure that you can pay, no? Pag inabutan ka ba ng nasa ibang bansa ka or nasa ibang lugar ka, can you still make a payment doon sa inutangan mo? So, isang maganda ring tingnan yan, no? Meron ba silang mobile banking? Do they have a mobile platform where you can transmit your payment? So, those are the things that I think are important. And pare, nagkaroon ka ng misposted payment. Meron ba tong customer service that can assist you? Meron ba tong back-end support na magaling na o na yung payments mo ay talaga ina-apply niya dun sa inutang mo? Di ba sometimes baka naman nagbabayad ka, hindi na re-record ng tama, tapos mamaya may demand letter ka na, susingiling ka na naman, di ba? So I will probably borrow from reputable institutions. No? So yun, Japes.
Right. Actually nga, totoo yun. Hindi porket, minsan kasi people would get attracted, especially ngayon na a lot of them are saying na I need the money. they get attracted to people saying, alam mo, bukas na bukas bigay ko yung pera mo, pero not knowing na hindi lang basta 20% per month ang interest rate mo, meron ka pang 25% na processing fee, 'di ba? Ito
Yeah.
normally I also advise some of the SMEs kasi minsan magtatanong, sir, para saan ba yung processing fee? 'Di ba? Para saan ba yung mga ganyan, ano? Sabi ko, normally yan ginagamit yan because there's an overhead, 'di ba? That is utilized for the certain, ano. Tapos sabi niya, ganun kasi merong nagpapautang sa akin. Kaibigan siya ng kapitbahay ko, bahay lang siya, pero ang processing fee 20%. Ha?
Wow.
Processing fee? Baka niloloko ka na niya kasi wala namang 'di ba? Tapos,
Oo.
so be careful also who you borrow from. And then, I guess it's a fact na huwag ka masisilaw sa mga nagsasabi na only 3% per month. Kasi pag in-annualize mo,
Yun, oo. Sobrang laki nun.
36%. Yeah, before we proceed to all our viewers, if you have questions, we do have a chat and a Q&A function in Zoom. For those in Facebook, just please put it in the comment section and meron po nagbabantay sa atin dyan. Like ito, merong isang question na pumasok kanina sa Facebook. Actually, nakatingin din ako sa Facebook kanina, titignan ko kung ano yung tsura natin doon. But, kasi may question dito, is it's more about smart borrowing, you know? Kapag hiram ng pera, sinulat ko pag hiram ng pera, and you need to use it in terms of to increase yung marketing campaigns mo, advertising, the keyword na ginamit was advertising. Is it advisable right now? Ngayon na may pandemic, kung hihiram siya ng pera purely for the advertising purposes ng kanyang company?
Parang ano yata, no? Parang medyo mahirap yatang proposition yan, no? Kasi I think even before you borrowed, supposedly, alam mo kung saan mo dapat ilalagay yung pera eh. If you're going to borrow money, I think that's a very interesting question, no? If you're going to borrow money to finance your advertising cost, your advertising campaigns mo, parang ano, no? Parang kang nagpunta ka sa Facebook, and then you pay for ano yung mga Facebook page boost ba to, yung mga
Yes.
Facebook ads, ads
Alam mo,
campaign.
Frank, feeling ko doon yung tanong niya eh. Kasi 'di ba
Oo.
nauuso ngayon yung nagbo-boost ka sa Facebook ads,
Oo.
nagbabayad ka ng Facebook
Oo.
Pay.
Oo.
Feeling ko doon papunta yung tanong niya.
Yeah, the problem there is, as kanina, no, when I was discussing about the sales funnel, makikreate mo yung awareness. Yes, you will be able to create an awareness. Pero will you be able to translate it to the next stages of the funnel? 'Di ba? Mako-convert mo ba siya interest? Mako-convert mo ba siya sa probably, no, kung videos ang medium mo, you'll probably pay for the development of a video. Yung video maganda 'yan. Kasi the video can make the intended audience aware. It can create interest. Tapos it can lead to a decision, and then it can lead to an action. Kasi video to mahaba to. But it's costly, no? Siguro, ang sa akin, kung ang pera you'll use to just create awareness, parang sayang. Because you can create, right now, you can create a lot of awareness through vlogging, through yan, yung mga ganyan, no? Sa Facebook, you can share it in groups. You can go to different groups to promote your product. So parang sayang naman yata if you're gonna borrow and then use it to advertise in Facebook or 'di ba? Parang ganun.
Yeah, totoo. At saka right now also in terms of ang dami nating friends ngayon, lahat tayo sa Facebook kasi lahat tayo nasa Facebook, no? One way to simplify and save on advertising cost in social media is if you involve your friends, your family to keep sharing, 'di ba, yung pinost mo.
Yeah.
Sa Viber lang 'di ba? Pag nagpadala kayo sa picture sa Viber, na-share agad yan all throughout. So and with the technology right now, mga cellphone natin mas maganda pa sa mga camera dati. You will be able to do your own camera positioning, 'di ba? And all those things para makapag-promote ka mas mabuti sa Facebook. I agree with you, Frank. There are a lot more ways to do advertising nowadays than to spend on it.
Yes.
Especially for a micro business, I don't think it's the right time to really spend on that.
Ako sa akin, Japes, I would rather go to Lazada.
Mhm.
an online platform, no? Because sila may advertising na rin sila doon di ba? May mga algorithm 'yon that features your product. If say for example, madalas ka makita at madalas kang hinahanap,
Mm.
mafi-feature ka doon But at the same time, hindi lang naman tayo sa page 1 tumitingin We continuously click on next, 'di ba? To look for the best deal So, especially nowadays, lahat ng tao, daming time sa bahay, no? So, you can click on next. So, yeah, I suggest you build on your inventory and then build on your other opportunities aside from advertising.
Right, right. Oh, ito, may question from one of my, a friend of mine, si Roberto Sanglay. Hi, pare. Nice to see you here. So, his question to bagay sa ating dalawa. Does lenders use a credit rating for borrowers here in the Philippines?
Si JP siguro. The good thing about the Philippines that we're slowly, from the point of view of the regulators, no, BSP and the CIC, we're slowly moving towards being able to really assign a credit score. So unti-unti, no, that's where we want to go. The reason for this is that if and when meron ng credit score and it's standardized, more MSMEs will be able to access loan facilities and loan products, no, from across different providers. But as far as small business corporation is concerned, that's my corporation. Um, yung credit score namin is not it's not really siguro it's a weight, no, it may weight ka, but not like that probably in the US na may credit score ka na assigned, no. But say for example, you go to TransUnion. Pag humingi ka ng report mo, ng credit score report mo sa TransUnion, they will give you a credit score. So, hindi mo ito pwedeng dalhin na credit score na ganito, pupunta ako kay JP sa Union Bank, galing yung credit score ko from TransUnion. I'd like to apply a loan from you, JP. Pwede mo bang gamitin tong credit score ko to determine a loan? Diba? So, hindi pa yata ganun ka-connected ang mga credit scoring natin dito sa Pilipinas. But I'm sure a lot of other banks are using their own set of scoring, no, to determine your worth as a borrower.
Yeah, totoo. Wala pa yung unified credit score, di ba? But we're slowly getting there. There's credit bureaus also who are doing a lot of these things for us. Same way also for Union Bank, for example. We're also trying to build in mga alternative credit scores, right? Di ba? So to the SMEs there, alagaan nyo rin po yung mga utility bills nyo. Meralco, telephone bills, because they later on can form part of a credit score. Diba? So may mga alternative credit scoring. So magpa-plug in na rin ako. So yung mga gusto dyan, SEEKCAP, seekcap.ph. It's one way to do alternative credit scoring and faster in terms of lending. So we have a lot more questions here coming in. So this is from Alpla, ALPLA. Can Airbnb property rentals or condo rentals qualify to borrow? I guess siguro baka as collateral?
If you're saying that, ano ba ibig mong sabihin? Are you borrowing against your kaya? Tama yung tanong mo, JP, no? Are you borrowing against your collateral? And what purpose? Are you borrowing to offer Airbnb? Palagay ko hindi ka aprubahan ni JP pag kasi mong to refurbish and to offer it as an Airbnb. Before that pandemic, JP, we were developing a program where it's a formula lending for Airbnb rentals, no. Sabi ko, I was then with the Home Guarantee Corporation, and we really want to drum up home sales, no, and home ownership by saying that their homes can be converted to Airbnb, or they can buy their second homes, third homes because of the prospect of Airbnb, no. So yun, so we were trying to develop, pero sa ngayon, if you're borrowing against collateral for you to say, pero kung siguro na ito ay Airbnb dati, pero I'm sure bahay mo yan yes, you can definitely use it as a collateral, no? But as to what purpose, please first determine ano ba yung purpose of loan mo. Are you borrowing for business expansion to inventory? Meron ka bang uh, merong ilang utang, merong mga tinatawag na utang na katulad ng mortgage updating, no? Ito ay isang klase ng utang. That you say, for example, you have existing loan with Union Bank. Huwag na lang ibang lumayo, no? At baka mas sumama loob mo, JP, pag nagbanggit tayo ng ibang bangko. Union Bank, you have an existing loan with Union Bank. There are institutions right now, like say for example, small business corporation, na magpapautang sa'yo to update your mortgage. Para, especially for your, kung ang inutang mo ay Grab, na ikaw ay Grab, na you decided to get a car and then mag-grab ako. Pero may pandemic eh. Hindi ako nakabiyahe. And so, may utang pa rin naman ako, hindi naman na-extinguish yung utang ko because of the pandemic. Pero hindi man ako papautangin ulit ng Union Bank because may utang na ako eh. So what I can do is borrow from SB Corp, update my existing loans with Union Bank, and then dahil merong grace period si Small Business Corporation na 6 na buwan, makakapagbayad ako, mabibuild ko ulit yung aking kumbaga yung from where I was before the pandemic. I can get back to it and then earn again, no? So there.
So parang debt consolidation, may ganong part na rin.
Parang ganun, oo.
We have a good comment here from Jenny Olbes. Well, tama rin siya dito, no? Ma-approve ba ang loan if you will say that the purpose of the loan is advertisement? Well, technically, at this point, normally, baka most lenders hindi naman talaga. And personally, at this stage, baka hindi ma-approve ang loan application. Medyo may tama rin naman si Jenny doon. There's another question here. Sir, up to what % against the loan amount na masasabi natin hindi mahal? What she means, si Maria Gina Solis, what she means is yung charges on top of the interest rate.
On top of the interest rate or the interest rate? Yung interest rate kasi I believe is always subjective eh. Always subjective. So, kumbaga, it's your own bias. If you're used to borrowing from 5-6 lenders, no? At one point in time siguro may kilala tayo na humiram sa 5-6. No? Yung 20% interest from the 5-6 lenders may be cheap to them, no? Because it allows them to pay and project yung kanilang cash flow on a day-to-day basis. Sabi nila, kung 50 pesos lang yan, araw-araw, hulugan ko yan ng 2 buwan, mura pa rin sa akin yon. No? So the interest is always subjective. So if some people find, say for example, yung 0.59 a very expensive proposition because they can probably borrow at 3%. So but always lang, babalik lang ako dun sa kaninang presentation ko, no. If you keep a good credit and you keep yung credit kasi, yung interest kasi sa determination of risk eh. Yun yung computation niya eh. How much ba yung risk na kayang i-absorb eh, di ba? It's risk-based pricing usually yung interest eh. It's a function of risk. Pagka ikaw ay magandang nangungutang, mas dumadami ang produktong pwede mong utangin sa mas mababang interest. So, pansinin mo sa mga credit card companies, I'm sure a lot of you have credit cards, no? May mga matatanggap kang message. Our promo, dear Mr. Gonzaga, you are qualified to borrow at convert your available credit limit to cash at 0.59%. This is a one-time. Parang ganyan, no? So, minsan, hindi yun 0.59. Minsan, nasa 0.99 yun. Minsan, nasa 1 point. Sabi mo sa kaibigan mo, uy, pare, meron ka bang natanggap na text from Union Bank? Sabi, 0.59. Pare, ako 1.5. Parang gano'n. So again, no, just but going back to the question, it's really subjective. And it's really how you determine yung ano mo, yung cash flow mo, kung ano yung circumstances mo.
Yeah, totoo. Sometimes when you think about it, talagang dapat pag-isipan mo rin like I mean, there would be people who will offer you 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8 interest rate per month. And then biglang magugulat ka, 15% processing fee. I-tuck-in nila yun, di ba? When they're trying to compute how much ang effective rate yan para sa kanila in a year's time. Right. There's one comment here also. This is also valid actually from Christian Cañete. hiring a professional ad agency is a good investment. Totoo naman. Kami rin, we do hire. I mean, SB Corp also hires a professional agency. Every company has advertising campaign. MSMEs can benefit from advertising by a professional service provider. That's also true. That's also true. Right. Let's get on to another question. Sorry, mahina na talaga mata ko. Nakasalamin na nga ako eh. At what point, ito pala, at what point can I consider going for a second round of bridge financing or any type of lending, if my business is profitable and expansion is the main plan? Okay ba na umutang ka ulit even when there's an existing loan pa, nagpapatong-patong na yan? I guess that's where the question is leading to.
My answer to that is that when you say bridge, no, let's make it clear first. When you say bridge, meron kang tatawirin, no? When you say bridge financing, may tatawirin ka lang. It's usually short term, maiksi lang, and probably meron kang kadalasan ng bridge financing is meron kang contract of receivables, meron bibili na ng produkto mo, pero gusto mong bumili muna ng materyales para gawin yung produkto na binebenta mo, so you avail of a bridge finance, no? In that case, of course, no, kung nakita mo ang laki ng orders sa'yo, yes, your business is already profitable, madami ka ng orders, pero meron pang isang mas malaking dumating na order sa'yo, by all means, no, borrow, kasi sayang naman yung kontrata, hindi mo fulfill yun kung hindi ka magbe-bridge financing, no? Sandali lang, pagdating ng receivables mo, bayaran mo kagad, no? So ganoon, no? So yes, it makes sense to borrow again even if you have an existing loan. But that is if your creditor or you have that good enough credit, no?
Right.
So again, kung mapipilitan kang umutang and nakita mo naman na yung rates ay pasok sa panlasa mo, why not?
Okay. So from Robert ulit, are lending rules or criteria relaxed during the COVID times? Nako, para ayoko sagutin to. Meaning considerations for like 3 to 6 months bank statements, financial statements, etc. So relaxation of the requirements technically.
Sagutin kita on JP, sasagutin ko yung question na yan as SB Corp, no?
Yes, okay.
In a way, yes. Because right now, we know that the businesses are losing, no, and businesses are losing a lot of money. Usually, pag nagpapautang ka, ito yung you are the most optimistic people in the world, eh. Yung mga nagpapautang, yung mga lenders, no. Lagi kang umaasa na mababayaran ka, eh. You are always hopeful that there will be a good prospect in the future, no. Yun ang mga lenders, yun ang most optimistic people, palagay ko. so ngayon na alam natin nagnenegosyo, alam naman ng mga nagpapautang na ang negosyo ay bagsak.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nandiyan pa rin yung COVID, eh. Still, eh. Hindi pa rin natin alam. Pag dumami yung case, sabi natin, narinig sa balita, pag dumami pa yung cases in Metro Manila, we might go back to MCQ, which will probably translate to may mga certain businesses na naman to close, etc. No? So, I think in a way, yes, we have relaxed a lot of our credit underwriting parameters by still lending. Just to give you just to give you a picture, no, we have received a total of around 23,000 applications.
Wow.
Alam mo kung gaano kabilis to, JP? We opened our application June 1.
Yeah.
June 1. After the ECQ has been lifted. We had to close it. We had to temporarily suspend it June 18.
Because of the 23,000.
Because of the 23,000 applications we've received.
Wow.
You know how many have we denied so far? We have denied around 2,000 or 2,500 of the 23,000 applications. The reason for the denial is not because of credit. The reason is because their business is less than 1 year. which is
Okay.
outside the guidelines, no?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
yes, to answer that question and to make it quick, yes, as far as SB Corporation is concerned, we have relaxed our lending guidelines.
But that's a lot of applications from SMEs, 23,000 in a span of what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Ang laki nun, ah. But it's nice that actually the SB Corp themselves, I remember this. We were talking about this even before pa, di ba? Before you this whole program started. That was really your intention to relax the guidelines, di ba?
Yeah.
And on all those things. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I guess there's a last question na lang siguro since we're already like 3 minutes into 6 o'clock at saka baka iba dyan nagugutom na rin. Uh, uh, teka, let me pick a question from Facebook. Okay, seasonal products. What would you advise to customers with seasonal products about borrowing?
Mm. Um, well, siguro when we say seasonal products, I can think of ito yung mga swimsuits, no? Swimsuit, apparel, yan, no? But I'm sure, no, when you were deciding to borrow, well, ang siguro pinakamaganda diyang kasagutan ay yung nakita ko yung engineer na isang friend ko na nagde-design ng isang dam, no? Dam. Sabi niya, pagka walang ulan, ang output ng dam ko ay yung electricity that it can generate ay mas konti. So therefore, I need to make sure that I provide for those lean months na walang ulan, no? So pag walang ulan, mabagal yung output ng tubig. So I have to provide additional buffers for that. So ganoon din naman sa negosyo, no? If your product is seasonal, you have to be able to provide for that yung seasonality niyan. Yung projections mo, you should be able to project it. Konti lang mabebenta ko ngayon, ganito dahil dito. So I have to provide for sweldo ng tao ko pa rin. So I have to factor in everything. So yes, that's GP.
Yeah, okay. Sige. Oh, sabi ni Robert, yehey, pautang ha. Robert, either utang ka sa akin or kay Frank, at message mo lang kami. Anyway, lastly, sorry ito, pumasok bigla kay Bernadette. I think the question is kind of interesting. I have been requesting from the bank for a copy of the statement of account for our loan. They cannot yet provide because they are under skeleton manpower. Maraming ang ganyan. Can I request for the interest to be waived during this period considering the bank is the one who is not providing the statement? Depende ata sa mga bangko yan, di ba? Kanya-kanyang bangko yan eh.
ang pinaka maganda diyan is I think it will depend on your relationship with your bank, no? But mostly these banks are empowered to do that. Pwede nilang gawin 'yan. It's either for meron akong tag noon when I was with Citibank eh. Tinatag ko goodwill. Goodwill. So you waive the interest charges out of goodwill because you believe that that customer deserves it and the customer kumbaga kailangan mong i-maintain yung good relationship mo with that customer.
Yes.
So
yes.
we do that. Yes.
Yeah, technically ngayon, all banks will have to maintain good relationship with their customers. Especially ba nagkaroon pa tayo ng Bayanihan Act and all these things.
Yeah.
It's critical. It's critical that everyone helps each other. All right. Frank.
Yeah.
Maraming salamat sa oras. Maraming salamat sa pagsali dito sa aming webinar. Any last parting words or parting words and last advice?
Thank you, JP. It's always my pleasure to talk to you. No? Nakakatuwa kang kausap. Sabi nga, kahit 2 oras tayo mag-usap, okay. But I just want everyone to know that we recently launched our program called the Heroes Program. It's helping the economy recover through OFW enterprise startups. So, etong programa ng SB Corp na ito ay para sa mga gustong magnegosyo. Wala pang negosyo, no? Wala pang negosyo. So, I'm not competing here with you, JP. Hindi kita compete dito.
2 years din ako. 2 years.
Ito, wala ka pang negosyo. Napauwi ka from abroad. So, kung may kumakaibigan kayo na OFW na napauwi from abroad, no? And they're finding it hard to get back up on their 2 feet or they're on their feet. they may want to look at this program of the SP Corp. So itong pautang na ito ay para talaga sa pagtayo ng negosyo. Ang features nito no ay meron tong kaakibat na training mula sa Philippine Trade Training Center na libre. So doon sa question on advertising kanina, the DTI has programs for that, no? Branding, marketing. So meron din sila niyan. So you can also avail of it. But going back to the Heroes program, ang pautang na ito ay up to 100,000. So you can borrow as much as 100,000 and the payment tenor is 24 or 36 months. And 12 months ang grace period.
Ang haba nun ah.
Oh, 12 months sa grace period nito. Zero interest. May service fee lang na 6 at 8% depending sa haba ng utang, no? So, I'm encouraging you and your viewers, Japes, if you know of a friend who might need that lifeline, no? Please visit our website. That's at www.sbgfc.org.ph, or you may search us on Facebook, Small Business Corporation. It's posted there.
So this is for returning OFWs, no?
Repatriated OFWs. Ito yung mga walang nagawa na pauwi.
So they have to prove that they're repatriated.
Yes,
Meron akong kliyente para sa'yo, pinsan ko.
Sige.
Sige. So guys, to all our viewers, maraming salamat. Frank, it's the best, one of the best webinars we've had with you. Sana maulit natin to in a bigger stage. Guys, do not forget SB Corp. Kaibigan natin sila. In fact, we've been posting about SB Corp also inside Union Bank Global Linker. Get in touch with them. They are one of the people who can help. So thank you so much for all the viewers who are with us today. I do hope you have a wonderful evening. Marami kayo natutunan. And we'll see you again in the next webinar series. Maraming salamat po sa lahat.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.